Hey, what is up, you guys? In today's video, we're going to be going through the Indominus Rex figures that have come out throughout the years. This being Hasbro, now all the way to Mattel. So without further ado, let's just dive right into it. So basically, this is just going to be the mainline figures. I'm not going to include minis and stuff because there's been many like mini figures and plush figures, and then there's also been like third-party companies and all this. I'm just going to be going over like Hasbro and Mattel mainline stuff. So first, starting off with the first Indominus Rex figure we ever got, let's go ahead and start with the smaller Hasbro set, this being the Indominus Rex versus Ankylosaurus Gyrosphere set. This came out during the 2015 toy line for Hasbro, and this was a set I actually really wanted to get whenever I was a little kid. I really wanted this set because I thought it was probably the best thing that Hasbro put out, and I think it is the best thing that Hasbro ever put out because it had a very nice Indominus Rex sculpt with cool battle damage and a gyrosphere. Oh, and there was also an Ankylosaurus version. I might have said it was Indominus Rex versus Ankylosaurus. That's the second version. I think that was the Target or Walmart exclusive. I forget, but it'll probably be up on the screen. But this is the gyrosphere versus the Indominus Rex. I thought this set was really awesome. Again, battle damage, Indominus Rex, cool Indominus Rex sculpt, cool gyrosphere, a little guy. And then if you get like the Target exclusive one or whatever the other one was, you get an Ankylosaurus, which I think was very cool. And now this leads us into another smaller dinosaur for the another smaller figure for the Indominus Rex that came out during the Hasbro line, and this being the little like chomping one, the little chomping Indominus Rex. It didn't actually like have like an official name, it was just called Indominus Rex. So, and that's how a lot of these were called, so you couldn't really like figure out which one was what if you like looked it up or whatever. But this is the mini one that had like the chomping action feature, and they also made like T-Rexes and stuff. It was that like Velociraptor scale line, and I think this figure was pretty decent. I mean, there's not much going for it like the other one. It's just a worse sculpt and a bad action feature because those action features they had for those figures were not that great. And it had a decent paint job, and it kind of looked like the Indominus Rex. I already said that before. But this figure was alright, and this was the Hasbro line again. And let's go ahead and move on into something that Hasbro actually did pretty good. Now, the next Indominus Rex figure is, again, from Hasbro, that 2015 line. This being their giant Indominus Rex, which I actually have right here. And I think this figure is actually pretty decent. It's not on par with, like, Mattel and stuff, but it is a little bit nostalgic for me because, obviously, I have it right here. And it does have some pretty cool action features, like being able to open the jaws and roar, and it also has like color and stuff. I think that this figure is a lot better than the mini version. I don't know if it's better than the Indominus Rex that came with the gyrosphere, but it's pretty good. And now I think we get into the last one that Hasbro made for like the main line stuff, not including like minis and all that other stuff, because there's many of them. But this is actually the hybrid Indominus Rex, which doesn't make sense because that's what the line was called, was hybrids, but the Indominus Rex is a hybrid, and there's a hybrid of the Indominus Rex. I don't know, it's kind of weird, but it is the level 40 Indominus Rex from Jurassic World, the game. This one is very cool. It has like stuff, you can press a button on its back, and it has stuff that comes up, and if you wind up its arm, it does like a chomping feature, and it has like snake fangs and stuff, and it has like red on it. It was a really cool figure. I think it was probably better than this Indominus Rex right here, but I personally like this. I personally like the bigger Indominus Rex better, the one that I have, because I have it obviously. But I thought that this figure was still pretty good. And let's go ahead and move on now into an era that we all like, the Mattel Jurassic World era. Alright, so the first Indominus Rex that Mattel made, I guess we'll include a mini in here. The first Indominus Rex that Mattel actually made was a mini, that being this little guy right here. This little mini Indominus Rex figure that Mattel made. And I think that is actually pretty decent, but I'm not going to go through all the minis because they made a lot of them. But the first first, I guess, for the big Indominus Rexes that Mattel made was the Destroy and Devour Indominus Rex, which I still think is probably the best Indominus Rex that they've ever made in terms of like sizing, and I think the head sculpt is better than the new one. But that figure is very awesome. I remember when I got it for Christmas, I was so excited. It was my favorite Jurassic World figure at the time until obviously up to this year whenever I got the Hammond Collection Spinosaurus. Now that is my favorite figure, and yeah, that Indominus Rex figure was just amazing. Everybody thought it was amazing because it was a heck of a lot better than the Hasbro bullcrap that Hasbro gave us. So people were really excited about that figure, and it definitely lived up to the hype. It can eat things, it can make noises, it can slash. It's a very, very good figure. And now we move on to the next Indominus Rex figure that Mattel actually made. The next one they made was a repackage from the Dino Rivals one. It was for Primal Attack. It was just the same exact figure, and so there's not much more for me to say about it. It's just the same figure, just in a different packaging. But I think that the next one that they actually made, I think, was for the Camp Cretaceous line, and it was the mini Indominus Rex, I think. It was the mini one that came with like the meat and it can eat stuff, and I thought that figure was pretty decent. Not my cup of tea because it's not like full scale Indominus Rex. It's not accurate to the films. It's like a baby version, but I think it was still a pretty good figure. And then also for the Camp Cretaceous line, they also created the Super Colossal Indominus Rex, which is a figure I do have, and I do think that it is very, very good of a figure. And then jumping into another Mattel figure that they made, I think that they also made an Indominus Rex figure that I forget exactly what line it was in, but it was like the Destroy and Devour Indominus Rex. It just didn't have the devouring feature. I forget exactly what line this was for. It might have been the Camp Cretaceous line. I'm not too sure. Or it might have been the Dino Escape line. I think that's what it was. I think it was the Dino Escape line where we got the Indominus Rex. That was basically the Destroy and Devour one, but it just didn't have the devouring feature. So, again, it's basically the same thing, but it's a little bit worse than Destroy and Devour because it doesn't have that action feature. But it was still a pretty cool figure. And then, the next Indominus Rex figure that we got was, I think, the Dino Trackers version, actually, because we didn't get one for the Dominion line, and then I'm pretty sure Dino Trackers was the line that was right after Dominion, but the next Indominus Rex figure was the Dino Trackers one, which I think was a very good figure. I have it. It camouflages and stuff, and it makes action features just like the other one, and it has a very good sculpt. I like that this one is a lot more slim compared to the Destroy and Devour. I just don't really like the head sculpt too much because I think it is not as accurate as the Destroy and Devour one, but I do like how sharp the teeth are. I think they might be a little bit too sharp though, and not as like messed up as the Indominus Rex teeth are, but I do still think that that figure is very nice, and I think Mattel definitely did a very good job on it. And now we get to the last Mattel Indominus Rex figure that they have made, and this being the brand new, basically the brand spanking new, came out just a couple months ago with the Rebirth figures, this being the Reimagined Indominus Rex, which is the level 40 Indominus Rex basically from Jurassic World the game. So now we have two of these level 40 Indominus Rexes, and I think that this figure is actually really good. I think it is the best sculpt out of all of the Indominus Rex figures that we've had so far. It is very, very good, and then obviously has the real feel skin, which is very awesome because it's just like the real feel Tyrannosaurus Rex, which is cool. It can eat things, I'm pretty sure it can eat things, just like the real feel Red Rex from the 93 Classic line, and it has roaring sounds, and I mean, it just looks awesome. I really wish that I actually had this figure, but I don't think I'll end up picking it up because I already have a lot of Indominus Rexes, and yeah, but this figure is really good. If you guys have it, you guys probably like it, I would assume. But yeah, I think this actually might be the best Indominus Rex figure out of them all in terms of sculpting and stuff. In terms of painting, no, because it's not based off of the actual Indominus Rex, but if it did have the paint job of the Indominus Rex from the movie, it would definitely be the top tier one. Alright guys, well that is going to do it for today's video. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have not yet, make sure to please like, share, and subscribe, and hit the bell to turn on post notifications so you'll never miss another video. And if you'd like to support the channel a little bit more, consider purchasing channel memberships. Link in the description, and you can also press the join button next to my name. And this has been not all of the Indominus Rex figures throughout the years, but all of the ones that are in the main lines that have come out for Jurassic World and Fallen Kingdom and Dominion and so on and so forth. And hopefully, in the near future, we can get the Hammond Collection Indominus Rex, because if we did get that, then that would definitely be the best Indominus Rex figure that we have ever received from officially licensed Jurassic World figures. And let me know in the comments what your favorite Indominus Rex was from the Mattel line or even the Hasbro era. Let me know down in the comments. And this has been ErwinGoG14 signing out. Bye guys.